Hey guys, Greg Solis with Primo RV here again to go over another maintenance tip for Maintenance Monday. Today we're going to discuss proper care and maintenance of your hot water heater on your RV. Real straightforward, easy to do, just a few simple things you need to remember while you're doing this. First of all, basically the two most popular hot water tanks out there are going to be the Atwood hot water heater and the Suburban hot water heater. That's going to pretty much cover the majority of them that are out there. How you tell which one you've got is you just remove your cover from your hot water heater. This little cover lifts off. You've got some tags inside are located. It's going to say whether it's a Suburban or an Atwood. You're also going to have some instructions and that type of thing of proper procedures for as lighting your hot water heater and all here. So the reason why I'm just going to go over the Suburban today, because really it's the exact same maintenance as on the Atwood. It's just the Atwood's not going to have an anode rod because it has an aluminum tank inside, so there's no need to have one. So basically when I get to that part, just realize if you have an Atwood, you're not going to have an anode rod, so you don't need to replace that, so you can just bypass that part. All right guys, just to go over some of these parts that's inside your hot water heater. This is your pressure relief valve here. Operates, you can relieve pressure, just by pulling this down, and it will let water escape and all. But just be careful because there is going to be hot water in that, and so before you do that, you need to be extremely careful. And also, I'd recommend to drain all the hot water out of your tank. You also have a switch right down here, which if your hot water heater operates off gas and electricity, this is actually how you can turn on the electric part of your hot water heater, and you can actually run your electric and your gas at the same time, which is going to amount to having more hot water as far as recovery quicker. So that's a neat little trick to do, but it allows you basically to run your hot water heater on gas or electric or both. It has some reset valves here. So reset switches basically just push to reset your hot water heater if it happens to throw a breaker. And then you've got your combustion chamber and all here, and your tube and your combustion chamber right there. Now, before we get started, the first thing I'd recommend that you do is you want to get all the power turned off on your camper. Shut off your LP tank valves. Kill the battery voltage to the camper, by flipping your battery disconnect switch or taking off the negative terminal off your battery and unplugging it. And then I would drain all the hot water out of your tank, and you can do that just by opening the kitchen sink, to hot, and just drain that off. That's the quickest way to do that. So guys, this right here is at your drain plug, or actually even it serves as an anode rod as well on your Suburban unit. Now on your Atwood, you would just simply loosen this with a socket wrench. You can actually bleed off some of the pressure here while you're actually loosening that, and unscrew this from the hot water heater. This is an anode rod. And like I said, on your Atwood, you won't have this part right here. You're just going to have your plug, okay? And so your water is going to be coming out what's left in there. And I would recommend replacing this anode rod at least once a year. It's kind of according to how much you use it, what kind of water conditions you have. And the purpose of this is actually to prevent your tank from rusting out. A lot of your home hot water heaters are going to have this, so some of you might be familiar with it. You can get this at any RV parts store. We carry them. But before you go in and replace it, make sure you've got your model number and the manufacturer name and all the information over here on the side of the sticker, so we can get you fixed up with the right one. Now, once all this water drains out and you have your new anode rod, then it's just a matter of putting some more Teflon tape right here so it prevents any leaking at all. And then we would insert that back in here and finger tighten it up. And then you would just snug it up with a wrench, actually with a socket wrench after that. Now the next stage of maintenance that I'd recommend that you perform on your hot water heater is to blow out your combustion tube right here, and also your chamber. Definitely wear some eye protection when you do that. If you have a little air compressor or some type of little aerosol can that blows strictly air, like when you go to clean your computer, touchpad, that type of thing is what you would need. And you would just blow this chamber right in here blow all that soot and all that out. And then also, once you finish there, you'll want to come inside and spray air inside the combustion chamber right in there. And like I said, a lot of soot and that type of thing is going to come out, and it'll help clean all that out. Sometimes we get spider webs and that type of thing in there, and just some soot. All right, and once that's done, then you want to put your cover back on and turn on and reconnect your battery, turn on that type of thing. Put some water back in if you're fixing to use your camper. Fill everything back up. You might get a little air trapped in your tank, and so what you can do is you need to drain that air off. You can turn on your hot water in your sink, and you'll hear some air pumping out of the lines. And then also you can relieve some air that's in the tank by pushing this valve on, and then you'll fill up the tank completely, and you're ready to go. And you also want to double check, make sure you don't have any leaks right down here. But it's a simple procedure. It's something you definitely should do, like I said, at least on a yearly basis based on how much you use in the camper. I hope this was helpful, and I look forward to seeing you next week on the next Primo Maintenance Monday. Thank you again, and happy camping.